showtime.
Hey! Shit.
Do not worry. I know how to do it. Now, the secret is you have to rub the utensils next to each other. Because
Why would he do that? Why would he do this dumb stuff? Jim got a little too indigenous. You hired a perfect chef, a professional chef, but she's a Latina.
Jenny.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
The kitchen is right here.
Let's see what we got here. Oh my god. What is half protein bar and an almost empty bar.
I thought it was gonna be funny.
How to understand anyone. Of course, this is going to be as detailed as the last one, and it's practical for you to actually implement into your daily life. But I need to give you a quick word of warning. If you're watching this and this stumbled across your page, or someone sent you this because of how amazing they thought this video was, you need to understand something. If you are not willing or putting yourself in a position to actually understand and listen to the things I'm about to say, or be practical enough to implement them, this video is not for you. Putting that out there now. If you are not willing or able to be vulnerable enough and to put your ego aside to understand another person's actual point of view, this video is not for you. Okay, same as last time. Let's get into it. No time to waste. Understanding someone is not the same thing as listening to someone. We're going to use 3 examples, same as last time, when someone is upset, when someone is angry, and when someone is confused. I feel like that is the best scenarios to give you a better understanding, because the first video was talking about how to communicate. This is talking about how to understand the other person. When someone is upset. When a person is upset, your first instinct, in fact, anyone's instinct, is going to be to explain yourself. Because when a person's upset, they're telling you something that you have done. And it is our default response to want to instantly defend ourselves, to not have ourselves painted in this negative light that this person is imagining us to be in. It's going to be hard, but if you can be intentional enough to not, don't. Do not defend yourself. An upset person will never ask what happened. They have a version of what happened. That is why they're upset. They're asking, do you understand why this hurt me? And I find it that it is so hard to navigate interactions because all you're thinking about in that moment is, you just painted me in a light that I've never seen myself in. The example I used in my last video was about if your partner texts you and you're never responding and they'd be like, oh my God, you don't respond to me at all. Why are you never paying attention to me? You're probably talking to other people. Now for us, when we hear that, our instinct is to just think, why are you talking like that? That is not me. I'm not those things. You know you're not those things. So your instinct is to defend that picture they've now painted of you. And by default, anyone who's trying to defend themselves is automatically defensive. And when you portray as defensive to a person who's just trying to express their emotions, whether they're doing that right or not, it is just going to be...
What I would do is not defend yourself all the way, but pay attention where that anger is coming from, or confusion, or that frustration is coming from.
a back and forth argument. So a very practical take, regardless of scenario or circumstance, instead of saying, I didn't do that, I want you to try something else. I want you to now ask this person, okay, help me understand you. That is a very hard thing for you to do in certain situations, especially when someone's attacking you. But if you can find it in you to tell the other person who's upset or physically trying to communicate, whether they're failing at it or not, help me understand you. That is the first step you take, because understanding comes before solutions. You cannot fix something that you don't understand. When someone is angry, I think this is the one emotion that a lot of people will never get right. Not until they actually find it in themselves. So, like I said, drop the ego, drop the act, get vulnerable. Because you hear anger, you respond anger. And I don't blame you. Because if a person, again, comes at you and attacks you, you have been painted in an image that you don't align with. That is not comfortable for anyone. So your initial response is to go, okay.
That was good. I like that.
Don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie
comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others. And having no respect, he ceases to love. The lying to yourself starts small. A gap between what you actually feel and what you tell yourself you feel, widening so gradually that you stop noticing it's widening. The contempt you're carrying becomes clarity, and the story you tell about why you pulled back becomes the accurate account. And over time, the person running those stories can no longer locate where the comfortable version ends and the true one begins. First inside himself, then in everything around him. And then he ceases to love. He just finds that one day that the mechanism for it has gone quiet, and he doesn't know when it went. And he calls the quiet maturity. I've been that person. I've made myself so internally dishonest about what I was actually feeling and about what I was doing to the people around me, that the thing Dostoevsky calls love had gone somewhere I couldn't access. I told myself this was just what it looked like to finally see things clearly. I arrived at the end point of a process I hadn't been willing to name. The specific danger of behavioral nihilism is that it's partially right and uses that partial correctness to avoid examination. People are sometimes pieces of shit, and the world doesn't consistently give a shit either. That's all true. Nihilism takes those true observations and extends them into a totality the evidence doesn't support, then uses its own airtightness as proof of itself. You stop testing it, you just maintain it. When I stopped maintaining the position long enough to actually look at it, I saw that the nihilism had been producing its own specific weight. The particular suffering of a person who has made themselves unavailable to anything good reaching them, wondering below the level of clear examination why nothing good is reaching them. Look, the sealed room has a smell to it after a while. You just stop noticing because you're inside it. Above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who
Dads. So you got her pregnant. Nice, you did the easy part. You may not be able to physically push the baby out.
It's working, no diddy. Papi, you gotta understand that in order to heal, you have to suffer. In order for you to be stronger, you have to be weak. In order to be successful, you have to fail. In order to grow, you need to be uncomfortable, papi. You gotta get the f out of that comfort zone, bro. The only thing that comfort does for you is that it makes you stay in the same pace. In order to be wiser, you gotta learn from mistakes, papi. Be smart about it. Don't only learn about your mistakes. Learn about other people's mistakes, papi. You know what I'm saying? In order to lead, you need to first know how to serve. Write that down, bitch. In order to find yourself, you need to feel lost. And most importantly, in order to be the best version of yourself, you gotta kill your old self, papi. And that shit is hard. Because you gotta kill years of being mistreated, years of betrayal, years of pain, years of not feeling enough, years of not having your mom or dad in your life growing up. You think that shit is easy? No. But I'm gonna tell you something, papi. If life is hard for you right now, you're doing good, papi. It's working, bro. So keep going, bro. Don't give up, man. Anyways, you pass the class, papi. Congratulations. Hey, you score, papi, a John L.A. cojones. Talk, Fidel. And follow me for Tenemos Motivation, papi.
Questions. Now, why this is so important? Because the quality of your life is downstream of the quality of your questions, period. Most people think they have a knowledge problem. They don't. They usually have a question problem. Because the right question asked to the right person can change your entire trajectory in one conversation. And the wrong questions will keep you stuck in the same job, same relationship, same level for 10 years. So if you want to learn how to ask questions that move your life forward, save this video and watch it now, okay? This is a cheat code. I'm going to share with you 5 tips. 1. Stop asking questions you already know the answer to. Now, most people ask questions to confirm what they already believe. Well, that's not curiosity. That's what we call ego in disguise. A real question is one that could change your mind. If you already have the answer locked in, you're not asking. You're auditing. Before you ask anything, ask yourself first, am I actually open to being wrong here? Second, ask why 5 times, not just once. Most people stop at why number 1. Why am I tired? Because I slept badly. Stop to take a nap. Problem still there next week. Ask 5 deep. Why did I sleep badly? Because I was scrolling. Why was I scrolling? Because I was was anxious. Why was I anxious? Because I avoided that conversation. Why am I avoiding it? Because I'm scared that they will see me differently. Now you got a real problem to work on. Now your question is actually worth something. And most people spend 5 minutes on the question and 55 minutes on the solution. And then they wonder why they keep solving the wrong thing. Third, ask questions that make them think, not just respond. And there's a Chinese saying we call 成语, 抛君引玉, throw a break to attract jade. You offer something small to draw out something valuable. That's what great questions do. Most conversations are scripted. How are you? Good. What do you do? I work in marketing. Nothing happened. You both walked away with zero new information. Now try this instead. What is something you used to believe that now you think is wrong? What's a question you've been avoiding asking yourself? What's working in your life that you wish more people knew about? Now watch what happens. People light up because nobody asked them anything real in months and you just gave them permission. Fourth, listen for what they didn't say. Now this is a tricky one. The most important part of any answer is the part they didn't say out loud. When someone says the project is going fine with a flat tone, fine is doing all the work in that sentence. When someone says we're still thinking about it, they've decided. When someone says no, it's okay, I'm not upset, they are. A good question gets you words. A great question gets you the pause, the hesitation, the thing they almost said and pull back. Now what's a pro move? Let me share it with you. When something sounds off, ask one more. What do you mean by fine? Now you're in real territory. Fifth, be willing to ask the dumb one. Confucius once said, there's no shame in asking those of lower status, lower knowledge, lower position. That principle is responsible for more breakthroughs in human history that I can count. Because a dumb question is almost always the one everyone in the room was thinking about, but too insecure to ask. Now in every meeting I've ever been in, the person who asked, wait, what does that actually mean? Was the person who actually understood the problem. Insecure people ask complicated questions to sound smart. Secure people ask simple questions to actually learn. Now that's the difference. Pick which one you want to be. Look, I'll repeat this for once and for all. Your questions shape your reality. The people you'll meet, the decision you'll make, the insights you'll get, the version of yourself you'll grow into, all of it sits downstream of what you're willing to ask. So ask better, ask deeper, ask the dumb one. And remember that, okay? Now if you learn something, follow for more.
That's something you aspire to be. Most niggas don't even try. Most niggas won't even try. You tried and you didn't succeed. But most niggas won't even do that. So give yourself some grace, nigga. And it's a journey. You gonna fail a whole 100 times more, nigga, but collect your L's until you get your fucking dub. That's what make it all the more great. Niggas gonna talk all day, but they not gonna do what you do, bitch ass nigga. They don't have the courage to do what you do, bitch ass nigga, so keep going, nigga. You fail at whatever you want to do, but you gonna collect your motherfucking L's until you get that dub, you bitch ass nigga. Fuck whoever's saying whatever. They not in your position. They don't got nothing to say. Let them hate, nigga. Because everybody gonna hate till it work. Everybody gonna motherfucking hate till it work. So get on your grind, you bitch ass nigga.
Okay. Shout out to Griffey. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I know I didn't say much, and that was intentional. You know, shout out to everybody who was in the video. You know, but yeah, I didn't say much, but I learned much, and hopefully you guys did too. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment about what you want to see or what could be better. But yeah, make sure you pay your respects to that like button. Appreciate everybody who even watched 5 seconds of the video. Every clicked on it. Thank you. It's been your boy Ray X Sensei. I'm out, man. I'm out. I've been so sick of all these lies. I need a tonic. This ain't tonic. I've been on my own. They call me toxic. I've been on my own. They call me toxic. I've been on my own. They call me toxic. I've been on my own. They call me toxic.